G'day and welcome back for another pen review with the Eccentric Electrician. Today I'll be reviewing a cheaper Chinese made pen. It's this one here. It's the Kaigelu 316 Tiger Eye Celluloid. Bit of a mouthful. Go over a bit of a description. It's a cheaper pen. Claims to be made out of celluloid. About 35 Australian dollars off eBay. When I first got it, it did have a bit of a celluloid smell to it, and when you heat it up, by rubbing it, which is a good way to tell a genuine celluloid, it does have a bit of an odd smell to it. So it might be some sort of celluloid acetate rather than a celluloid nitrose, whatever they're called. So it might be the cheaper version of the celluloids. But either way, it's still a very pretty pen, and we'll get to a review of it. So let's have a look at the cap here. So this is the symbol of the company, I take it. It looks like a kangaroo or a wallaby with a little bit of a decorative thing around the outside, and it's got a little joey in its pouch. If I can get in on that one. There you go. It's got a gold accent ring, and this black part at the top tapers up a bit. You've got your quite a tight clip. Works fairly well in pockets. Can be a little hard to get over thicker material like a jean pocket, but it's not too bad. You've got this swirly tiger eye celluloid material with your black ring, gold rings and a little black ring in the middle. And it tapers down to your barrel. Your barrel comes out, and then you've got a gold ring with a fake turning knob on the end. I'll get a bit of a... This material is quite nice. You can actually see through parts of it. It has a fair bit of depth, which is quite nice. You can even in sections see the converter, which makes it a bit more see-through. There we go. This is the material. You can see some threads there. It looks much nicer in person than what it does on here, mainly because you can actually see the depth and basically the bit of luminescence and how the colours change with the light. It's quite nice. You unscrew it. Takes a little bit to unscrew. Got a little bit of a sharp step down, but I haven't noticed that while holding it. I hold it a little bit higher, and it's quite a nice sized pen. But I don't notice the threads or that step down at all. You can post it. It posts fairly securely just on the very end there, but that makes it probably a bit too big of a top heavy pen. I wouldn't quite recommend using it like that unless you had really large hands. So I use it unposted because it's quite a heavy pen anyway. So you step down, you got your grip here, which is a bit of an hourglass flare out here, which is nice to stop your fingers from falling down on the nib. The nib itself is just a generic steel nib. It says M for medium. Now, I noticed SBRE Brown noted about this as well on his video. You can see here where the gold stamping hasn't quite matched over where it's meant to be. And it's just a little annoyance. It doesn't affect, the way it works or anything. It's just, they could have been a little bit more accurate on where they put the gold layer on when they make the nibs. But it's nothing major. Like I said, you've got a little bit decorative bit there, the Joey symbol and Kaigelu with an M underneath. You can unscrew the barrel, and you've got your converter. I actually quite like the look at this design. This is actually a screw-in converter, which is quite nice as well. Let's see if I can get in on that. Show you the threads on the converter. You could use any converter. Oh, there we go. Oh. So you can see the threads there. You could use any converter and just push it in, but Having one with the threads makes it feel a little bit more special. You've got a gold cap here, and it actually says Kaigelu on the or Kaigelu on the converter there. You couldn't use this as an eyedropper filler again due to metal parts in it. You wouldn't want them to corrode, but it's still quite a nice pen. Nice pen to hold, fairly hefty weight-wise. And yeah, this material, even if it's not celluloid, even if it's a type of acrylic or basic plastic, it's still quite nice. It's got some serious depth to it and a bit of sheen. There are other colours in the range. This is just a specific one that I like the look of. I believe it might have even been Pen Habit, or one of the other channels that reviewed this, mentioned about the nib stamping not matching. I can't remember exactly who it was. It was one of them, but they had another colour and it looked just as good as well. I forgot to mention the dimensions. So capped, it's 136mm. Uncapped, it's 128. Posted, it becomes quite a large 177. The grip diameter goes from 10mm, and the barrel goes up to about 13mm. With the cap, it's quite a heavy 46 grams, and without the cap, it's still a fairly heavy 30 grams. So it's quite a large, heavy pen, but still very nice to write with. Well, I'll do a writing sample and show you how it writes. Okay, so the pen, this is the Kaigelu 316 Tiger Eye Celluloid. We'll do a bit of a writing sample and show you what she can do. So this is the whoops, I missed out the E. Kaigelu 316 Tiger Eye Celluloid with a steel medium nib. The ink is DE Atramentus Ferdinand von Zeppelin. Quite a nice sort of darker blue, blacky sort of colour. A bit of a writing sample. The quick black brown fox jumped over the lazy dogs. You can probably tell this is quite a smooth writing pen. I haven't done any modifications or any changes to it. I don't know if this is typical of Kaigelu quality, but this is quite a nice writing nib. Very smooth and very nice. There you go, no skipping, no drying up, no problems at all with that. Flexing. Might be able to squeeze out a tiny bit. Not too noticeable though. Mainly more ink just coming out on the page. Upside down. Not really reliable. I wouldn't rely on it if I needed to. But yeah, quite a nice pen. It's fairly thick medium. Probably bordering on a broad in some pens, but still fairly smooth. If you check the wetness, it's a bit wet, which is quite nice as well, so it brings out colours in your ink. And yeah, definitely if you're looking for something that gives us a celluloid appearance and may actually be celluloid, like I said, I'm not too sure. They claim it is, so and it does have a celluloid smell. It's quite a nice pen, and I definitely recommend trying one out if you've got the extra few dollars. They're only about $35 off eBay, so it's not too bad. So thanks for watching. Catch you later.